Hey there, boys and girls. Welcome to episode 8 of Sonic Boom TV, the vinyl tag edition. I started seeing a lot of videos pop up at the beginning of the year for the vinyl community. I don't know who that is really, but a lot of videos were popping up on different channels that I watch. One being Melinda Murphy, another Telegram Sam. I think maybe Dylan from Noble Records did one. And there was a couple others that did, and I know that there's apparently 2 or 3 people that come up with a list every year. I don't know the rules, so I kind of made them up as I went. I think they were all doing 22 records to show. I did 23 because the questions were different on some of them. Like they had some same questions and some varied in different ways. So I just kind of picked the ones I liked. But all of my rule is all the records had to be bought in 2021. But I have one that I couldn't buy in 2021 that I have for this. It just was something that I bought a long time ago. So I added an extra question to the list. So, that being said, I thought I was going to have to cancel this channel because, one, my life has been not really good lately, and, having problems finding work and all that stuff. And really nobody's watching my videos, so I just thought, maybe I shouldn't do this. But I'm back. I'm going to try to do more videos, and let's get this going. So the first question or thing is the best album of 2021. And for me, that album was the Dropkick Murphys' Turn Up That Dial. It's a little bit lighter than their normal stuff, but it's got some really good songs. There's a song, the last song is I Wish You Were Here. My aunt died from complications, coronavirus, and other and kidney stuff and whatever. It was just a mess. But anyway, so that song always makes me remind of her, and so that just was my favorite album. I didn't buy a lot of new releases in 2021 as well, so I did buy a lot of records, but I didn't buy 2021 releases. So this is gonna be my favorite one, and I ordered this one directly from the band, and so I got the green vinyl. It's like this Kelly green. It looks pretty good on the screen there. Really nice looking record. It was a limited edition. I don't know how many they did of the green, but I think there was a pinkish one, a green one, and a black one or something like that. I'm not sure. Second question. An album from 1982. Now, this one, it was one of the only 1982 albums I bought last year for some reason, and it's John Cougar Mellencamp's American Fool. The cover is kind of trashed. I mean, it says strawberry right there. I don't know who that's supposed to be, but the record itself is in good condition. The cover is not so much, but that's a really good album. It's got Jack and Diane on it. Hurt So Good. Some other stuff. Okay, so question number 3. A punk new wave album that you got, and I got this one from the band, from their website, the Interrupters. It's Fight the Good Fight. If you don't know this band, they're a ska band basically, but they're kind of punk too. It falls in the category. They are really, really good. I guess their biggest hit song is She's Kerosene. There's a video for that. There's a lot of videos on YouTube for them. You should go check them out. They do a cover of that, I think it's Billie Eilish song, the Bad Guy song. Their version is so much better than the original version as far as I'm concerned. But check them out. Good band. The next one, my favorite album purchased. Well, this happens to be probably one of my favorite albums of all time. And I was just lucky enough to get it in 2021, and that would be Rancid and Out Come the Wolves. This is this thing. I've probably listened to this album as far as the CD goes, and MP3s and everything else I've had this on 1,000 times at least. You know, it never gets old. It's perfect every time for me. And I gotta listen to the whole thing. If I'm gonna listen to one song, it's got to be the whole thing. So that's my favorite album. A new band discovered in 2021. Well, it's a new band comprised of some old people, and they I don't know if it was a one-off thing or something they're going to do any again, but this would be Sunbomb, Evil and Divine. It is Michael Sweet from Stryper and Tracy Guns from LA Guns. And I don't know who the other members are, but those two are the main guys. It's a pretty rocking album. It has a little sound issues with, as far as I can tell. You know, I don't know if when I was playing it, my needle needed to be replaced or something. I don't know, but I got to go back and start listening to this again because I played it for the first couple of weeks I had it, and then it kind of got to the side because I had a lot of other stuff come in that I just was trying to deal with. So Sunbomb is a new one. It's a good album if you like heavy metal, hard rock kind of stuff. You know, and it's not the typical Stryper stuff, and it's not the typical LA Gun stuff. It's somewhere in between. So that's good stuff. This is the first band I saw live. Now I'm gonna lie to you here and when I show you this, but I'm gonna explain why. When my first concert that I went to was, I guess, 1988, 89, something like that. And it was, of all people, the Dixie Cups. And Irma Thomas opened, I believe. There may have been someone else, but I don't remember. I got free tickets. And I took my mom, my aunt, and my two aunts to go see it because that was the music that they grew up with. And I got these free tickets. I think I had like 20 free tickets to this thing, and we only used 4 of them. So that was technically my first concert, but I don't have anything by those people. I might have an Irma Thomas 45 somewhere. I don't know. So my first real concert that I went to was Poison and Warrant. Warrant was first, so I would have seen them first, but I don't have any records by Warrant. So I've got Poison. Look what the cat dragged in. The album that was out then was the Flesh and Blood album, but I don't have that on vinyl. I just have this one and the one after this. I can't remember what it's called. But this is a great album as far as you know, the 80s hair metal kind of thing goes. If you can't go wrong with this, it's so fun, that album. The next thing, album in the shrink wrap. Now, I keep all of my albums that I buy, the new ones, they stay in the shrink wrap. I mean, I open it, but they stay in the shrink wrap because if they have stickers on them or whatever, I want to keep that on there. The only ones that get taken out are if they're a gatefold, because I can't open the gatefold without taking it out of the package. But I do keep the plastic if it has a sticker, and I keep the sticker inside the packaging. So anyway, this one would be the reissue of Saigon Kicks, The Lizard. This is also an 80s thing. Came out on Record Store Day this year, on Black Friday. I was so excited to get this, and I almost didn't. I had help from above, and by above, that would be my friend in West Virginia, who owns a store. She got it for me. And this is a really good album, one of my favorites from the 90s. They got popular for their sappy, Love Is On The Way song, which is a great song, but this album, it covers so much ground. I mean, it goes from, like, punk kind of stuff to almost thrash kind of metal to, the 80s, not glam metal, but, that kind of stuff, the hair metal stuff, and a ballad, so it had everything. It's well worth checking out if you can get a copy of it. The next thing is a jazz album. I'm not into jazz, but that being said, I do own some jazz stuff, and I thought this is the only one that I can remember buying last year, and it's jazz, but it's also Charlie Brown Christmas by Vince Guaraldi Trio, and this is the silver metallic cover. This came from Walmart. Only reason I was looking for that, and I saw it at the record store, and I didn't buy it, and then I went back and it was gone because that's what they do. They put all the holiday stuff out, and people buy them up real quick, and they go. They had it at Target, but I don't know why I didn't buy it at Target. But when I went to Walmart, I was glad because it's the only record I have. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it on the screen, but it has glitter in the vinyl. Like it's red vinyl, but it's translucent. But it's got glitter flakes all in it, and it's really kind of cool. The only album I've had that ever had glitter in the album. So then the next thing, a live album. Well, I only bought one live album in 2021 that I know of, and it happened to be a good one. It was a Record Store Day release. Tears for Fears live at Massey Hall, Toronto, Canada, 1985. It was a Record Store Day thing. It's a two record set. Apparently, there were 2 songs that were supposed to be on this album. I don't know if you can see the words there. And the tapes got messed up, so they couldn't include them. I think they were the last 2 songs. And I don't know what they were. I just read some stuff about it. But it's good. It's got most of the hits and a couple other things, and there's like talking and stuff. And he mentioned something about a concert ticket that they paid like $16 for the people, and I was like, man, '85 must have been a great year to go see concerts because you couldn't get into the bathroom at a concert for $16 anymore. A real big concert. The next thing would be a soundtrack. And I found this at Walmart. It was marked as like $39 or something like that. But it was during the $15 Thanksgiving sale. And I just went and looked at everything. Like, because they had a bin with all the stuff that they were selling for $15. But then everything else that was there was just in a regular section. And I went over there and started scanning everything with my phone just to see, if anything else was there. And they had some good stuff in there, but it was like all the stuff I bought last year was all like $30 now. So this was like, I think it was $39. I don't have the price tag on it anymore. But it's a Stranger Things special edition soundtrack for seasons 1 and 2. It was $15. Two record set. I believe it's colored vinyl. But there's all kind of great people on here. The Police, The Clash, the Bangles, Echo and the Bunnymen, Corey Hart singing Sunglasses at Night, Duran Duran, Joy Division, which is the only Joy Division song I own. So it's Atmosphere is the song. Olivia Newton-John, The Psychedelic Furs, Toto, Jim Croce, AC/DC. No, not AC/DC. I'm sorry, Devo, Bon Jovi, Cyndi Lauper, The Romantics, somebody called Fad Gadget. I don't know who that is. The Scorpions, Peter Gabriel, New Order, and I do have one other New Order's album record. It's the single. And I'm sorry I said AC/DC. That I meant to say Accident or Not. But anyway, that turned out to be really good and well worth $15. It has a little poster in it of the Demogorgon from the show, and it has it's like a diagram of him, and it has a slip mat that I'll never use. It's kind of neat, but it's real thin, and I don't like it. So the next one, this one did not come out in 2021. Okay, this is an album that has no writing on it. Now it's gonna have it has a sticker on the shrink wrap, so it's going to have words on it, but technically it does not have words on it. And that would be U2's Boy. This was a Record Store Day Black Friday release. I don't know when. I don't know if it was 2020, 2019. I don't know. My friend's store had it, and I had seen it on her website, and it kind of went away, and I didn't know if she still had it. And I asked her about it one day, and she's like, I don't know, I'll have to look. And I don't know, about a week later, she said, I found that album that you were looking for, so she hooked me up. Now, the next one is it's kind of a funny one because I worried about this one that I wasn't going to be able to find something. An album with 8 people on the cover. And I was looking through all my stuff, and man, everything had either like 1 or 2 people on it, or it was art or something. It just didn't have 8 people on the stuff that I bought in 2021. And then I came across the best thing ever. The Super Bowl Shuffle, the Chicago Bears Shuffling Crew. The cover is in horrendous condition. It's all like got paper, like something was stuck to it. There's funk all over it. I tried to get it off and it's not coming off. The back is even worse. It's got whatever this disaster is there. It's going across. And the cover looks disgusting and terrible. The record is like brand new. Like they might have played it once. I couldn't believe it. I found it in the dollar bin, and it was at the bottom shelf all the way in the back of the box, like somebody was trying to save it for themselves or something. And I took that sucker home like it was the best thing ever. I've only listened to it once, though. So then, we've got a colored vinyl album. Now, I've already shown you 2 colored vinyl albums, but this one is specifically for this. I bought this one from the website, pre-ordered it. It was supposed to be red vinyl. It's not red vinyl, though. And it was supposed to look like the Charlie Brown one I had before, that sort of that color. But it's the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, When God Was Great. This is a really, really good album. It's a little bit slower than they used to be. I mean, they're all older now, I guess they're pushing in their 60s, if not late 50s, But it's a really good album. They had a video for The Killing of Georgie Part 3 that was on YouTube, and it was a really great video, but the subject matter of it is the whole, the George, now I'm just going to forget his name, the whole controversy that we went through where the cops killed the guy. And they made a video, and the video was, although talking about that, the video was very lighthearted and very fun to watch, and some people got offended by it. I don't know who, I don't know why, and they took it off of YouTube. I don't know if the band took it off, and the band is not racist in any way. There's white people, black people, maybe even Hispanic people. I don't know. There's a bunch of people in this band. So so I don't know. But it came down, and but the album is still really, really good, and that song is really good. No matter what your feelings on the subject is that we don't want to talk about. But anyway, I said the vinyl was not red, and it is not red. This is at best, salmon-colored record. It's not even the red that's on the cover, which I don't know if we can show them together. Let's see. Yeah, you see there's a definite difference, and I don't know how good it's going to show up on the video, but you can see this red and this red are 2 different things. It's not, but it's a double album, so there's 2 of those records that are not red, and it's very, very good. It wasn't expensive either. I believe it was maybe like $22 or something like that. I couldn't believe how cheap I got it. I don't know if it stayed that way because I pre-ordered it, so it might have been on sale. I don't know. Next question: a band from the past you skipped over. Well, there's a song by the Juliana Hatfield 3. She's had gone under different names. Juliana Hatfield 3. They did a song called "My Sister," and in the song, they mention, a couple bands, and one of them was Green Day, and the other one was the Del Fuegos. And I always wondered who the Del Fuegos were, but I never got around to ever buying anything, and I never looked for it. I never looked at it in a store. I never looked online. I never looked for them, but I always had it in my mind. Who the heck were the Del Fuegos? Well, I found the Del Fuegos in the 99-cent bin, and I found 3 of their albums, and I think there's like 4 to 6 albums, but I think some of them might be like compilation things or something. So I'm not really sure because Wikipedia is kind of weird with it. But this one is just the Del Fuegos, the debut. I think this is the debut or the second one. I can't remember. Perfect condition. There's a sticker on it that says 99 cents that I haven't bothered to take off. The cover's in pretty decent shape, but the record is excellent. So next one, a box set. I don't buy box sets because they're too expensive, and I usually cannot afford it. Definitely can't afford it now. But I got this. Walked into it's my birthday. I walked into Walmart, just looking for whatever. I was kind of down on myself, job situation and everything, and walk into the record aisle just to see. I wasn't there for records, but I went down the aisle, and the Beatles' White Album, it's really the Beatles and Escher demos. And I saw this and I was like, whoa, I thought that was sold out, and if you look on Discogs, I believe it's like $120 or something. Well, it was $44.97, I believe. So I grabbed it because it's the full White Album, the full demos, which is basically the White Album different mix, I guess. It's got some photos. I think there's a poster or something. There's a couple things in there. And I couldn't believe I got it. And then I went to Walmart today to find some boxes to ship something, which they didn't have. And I saw 3 more copies of this. I didn't buy any of them, of course, because I don't have the money. But there's 3 more boxes at the Walmart over here. So if anybody wants those, get to Walmart. They might be $44.97. So you have my favorite record album cover of the year. This one killed it. There's nothing better than this one for the last year that I remember anyway. And that's Mammoth WVH. This is Eddie Van Halen's son. This giant crab with the, got the car. And this guy just standing here like, whatever, This is the music's pretty good. It's not my favorite thing. I like it. I think Wolfgang Van Halen played everything on this album, so I got to give him props for that. He's not his dad, Eddie Van Halen is. He was the greatest, pretty much, and so. But it was a good effort, good album, I think. The cover, I just love this cover. I wish I had a giant poster of that. I don't know where I'd put it, but I just want that. Because I love old monster movies and stuff like that, and so really good album cover. The next thing is a greatest hits. I got 2 greatest hits this year, and I chose just this one for 2 greatest hits by the same band. But this one is the Rolling Stones Hot Rocks Record Store Day release. I have it's got some pictures in it. It's got I think liner notes or I'm not sure. It's a gatefold. It's good. It had one of those strips on it that tells you the information about it, like the Japanese pressings do. It's yellow vinyl, like a lemon yellow. But on one of my labels, it's messed up and it's bubbled out. Doesn't affect the play of the record, but there's nothing I could really do about it because it was a limited edition, record store day. I couldn't bring it back. I actually got it from out of state, so I wasn't getting it back anyway. So that mine has a little problem, but it works. And the other one I got was their Honk album, which covers the best of the next level of their career. A gift from the community. I don't really know who the community is. I was on Facebook for a while with all the groups, and man, I had to get out of it because everything is a fight. You can't say anything about records. One way or the other, people want to fight you about everything, and I just couldn't take it anymore, so I just left all the Facebook groups, and this is all I got right now is watching videos on YouTube and making my own. So anyway, so I got a gift from my friend Bobby at Spin Black Circle Records in West Virginia. I bought a couple records from her. I think it was when I bought the Rancid record. and she gave me. I had asked her about one, and she just gave it to me. And it's called Blacklisted. It's the band, and it's Our Youth is Wasted. I don't know if you can see that right there because it's in gray. It's I believe it's one-sided. It's only 6 songs. It's hardcore punk. It's pretty good. Better than I expected it to be. There's like, I think there are only like 500 of these. There's not a lot. They did a couple different pressings. I think there was one that they gave away at concerts. Not gave away, but sold at concerts, and the jacket isn't like a full jacket. And I think there's maybe a silver or a gray vinyl. There's a couple different ones, but I know this one was pretty limited, so that was pretty cool. Then the next one, an album from another continent. And I didn't really understand the question because I didn't know if that meant the band was from another continent or the record actually came from another continent. And so, only one I didn't buy anything from another continent that I know of. Not even a UK pressing or anything of anything. So I did find an album from a band from Australia, though. Actually, I bought 2 albums from bands from Australia, but I'm only going to show you one. Because it's one of my favorite albums of all time. This one and their follow-up album to this one. And that would be Midnight Oil's Diesel and Dust. This is incredible. Everybody knows the song, Beds Are Burning. But if you listen to this whole thing, it's amazing. And it's a gatefold cover. I found this for $10 at a pawn shop of all places. And we don't have a lot of pawn shops around here that sell records. People don't bring them there or whatever. And I just walked in there one day, and they had a bunch of stuff. And it was way overpriced on most stuff, but for that album, I would have paid a lot more than $10 for it. And the cover's pretty rough, but the record is in real nice condition. The first album you bought in 2021, as far as I can tell, it was this, Metallica's Master of Puppets. And this is the black. It's not the first pressing or anything. It's the on the blackened label, their own label, and it's before they did the Walmart editions. I don't know if I got this at Walmart or somewhere. I don't know where I got it. I don't think I got it at the record store. But I had bought all their albums, not all of them, but most of their albums before they put out the colored ones, and so I actually went back and bought the color version of this one. Color version of Kill 'Em All, which was the only version I had of that one, and then what's the other one? The Ride the Lightning. I wanted to get Injustice for All because it had a green vinyl, but it didn't happen. And I never saw it, and I also got the Hardwired Self-Destruct album. The next one, we're gonna run out of time here. The next one is a 7-inch record that you got, and I have to start this with a story about something else. I went to the record store and I bought Green Day's 39 Smooth. Didn't know anything about its value or anything. I just saw it. I was looking for Green Day because that's one of my favorite bands. I know a lot of people don't like them, but I do. And I saw this and I was like, oh man, I got to get that one. Because it might be hard to find. It's the green and white split. I think it's like a St. Patrick's Day something or other. And I get home and I go and I find it on Discogs. And I look at this thing and it's like $100 and something. I paid $19.99 for that. And I was like, what? Why is this so expensive? Then I started looking at it more, and it's supposed to have 2 7-inch singles with it. And I remember seeing both of them in the store in different places that I don't usually buy 7-inch singles that much. But I was like, I got to go back and see if they got them because I just got a great deal on this and I got to get the rest of it to make it fully valuable. So I went back the next day and paid $7.99 for the Green Day 1,000 Hours EP. It's got 4 songs on it. 1,000 Hours, Dry Ice, Only of You, and the one I Want. And I asked the guy, I said, hey, I didn't tell him anything about what I was trying to accomplish here because, that's none of his business, really. I said, do you have the other Green Day 7-inch that with the dog on the front. Couldn't remember the name of it, but it's the Slappy EP. And he said, "Oh, I got it, but I don't know where it is." And it was on. He looked around, and it was like, I remember seeing it there too. Somebody must have bought it. So I went online, and I was trying to figure out which one, because there's several versions of it. This is not the original pressing of it, of course, because I think that one's worth a lot of money. But I did find it on eBay. Found the right one that goes with this album, and it's got that neon pink. I don't know if you can see him good. Bulldog. And it's got Paper Lanterns, Why Do You Want Him, 4-9 in Your Coffee Maker, and Knowledge, which is a cover song. And so now I have the whole thing, and it's worth a lot. It's one of my most valuable records. A record with a price sticker on it. And this one's fun because it's Madball, Hold It Down. It has the store sticker. I don't know if you can see that. It's making the glare too much. The store price tag. But then there's another price tag over here. Oh, guys. I can't. And it says Used Kids Records. March 30th, 2005. It's got a big 4 and an MB on it. I guess the MB stands for Madball. Not Kids Records. It's a hardcore punk record. And the last thing we have was a record by a duo. And I didn't know any duos that I had gotten either. And I was like, oh man, this is going to be hard. And I was looking, and I finally found Drag City by Jan and Dean. And it was a 99-cent band thing. It's a pretty rough looking jacket. It's got writing all over it. Some kind of weird artwork somebody did. I believe there's even a phone number on here. There's all kind of stuff down here. Names and just whatever. Alma somebody. Got her name there. There's a 21 right there. It's all messed up, but it's got tape on it, and it's a mess. And it doesn't sound great either. It's crackly and whatever. But I wanted it. It had a few songs that I knew that I wanted to have, and they don't sound that great. So anyway, that's it. I don't know what the future of this channel is going to be, because I can't really buy any records right now, and things are still rough, and I don't know when they're going to get better. So I do have stuff that I can talk about, because I do have a lot of albums that I had bought recently that I wanted to do videos for. Maybe I will. I don't know. But this was fun. I'm almost out of time here. My phone's about to kick me out if it already hasn't. So we'll check back with you later, guys.